What's up, everybody? We're back for another video. Gonna talk about what transpired on the 28th and my predictions I had for that night. And I guess I'll give myself a little bit of a pat on the back because I pretty much nailed everything. Not to, gas myself up, but, the Molina fight that I said he would lose, he lost, even though I love John. So, he's the guy I root for, but, Jose Cito Lopez is like, ever since he got with Robert Garcia, his career is resurrected at this point. The Barrios fight, boy, that guy gave him everything he could handle, and you know what? I think he needed that. Just like I mentioned, I think he needed somebody to take away a little bit of that. What I viewed as some overconfidence in his ego, and I think he needed that. I think he needed that fight desperately, and I think that it was a bit of a wake-up call for him. I think that fight could have went either way, and hey, like I said, I think Barrios needed it. He needed that kind of fight. Benavidez and Dirrell. Like I said I could see Benavidez stopping him. He did. And of course, the main event with Porter and Spence. And I'll be honest. I said I saw Spence kind of dominating that one. In kind of a wider fashion than he did. That knockdown may have been the difference in the fight. So you want to say I may have been wrong on that one. Spence still got the victory like I thought he would. But overall, man, what a great night of boxing. That was just a great night of boxing. Exactly what the sport needs. I don't think you could have asked for a better card. And I didn't mind one bit paying for it. Like I said, I always pay for the pay-per-views. And I do that for my own reasons. The fighters get a piece of that money. I think they deserve it. I think there's a chance that you get in that ring, and there's a definite chance that you're not coming out. So, I'll always pay for pay-per-views. Keep putting them up. I'll keep paying for them. I'm not one of those guys that looks to stream it or basically steal from the sport. So. But man, again, what a great night of boxing. I gotta say, I got a lot more respect for Shawn Porter than I did before, even though I respected the hell out of him before. He gave you everything he had. He gave you absolutely everything he had. And kudos to him, man. What an effort. What an effort for Shawn Porter. He may have took the L in that fight, but I'll tell you what. That did nothing about setting his career back. Not one bit. Not one bit. That's the toughest I've ever seen anybody fight, Spence. Ever. He landed more punches on Spence that have ever been landed on Spence in his career in a fight. He landed more punches in a single round on Spence that have ever been landed on him in a single round. I mean, take nothing away from Shawn Porter, man. Like I said, I got like a whole new respect for Shawn Porter. I mean, this guy came in fully prepared, and you could tell they worked hard on that camp. It showed. It definitely showed. So, kudos to Porter, even though he took the L. Errol Spence is what he is. I mean, he's the best 147-pounder out there. I don't even think you can argue that. Right now, I'm actually sitting here and I'm watching the main event again because I enjoyed it that much, and I was I was impressed. I was impressed. It was as close as it was. I really was. I really saw Spence running away with that fight, and that was not the case. That was not the case. Anytime Spence came on with anything, Porter had an answer. I seen Porter take punches from Spence that, I mean, 99 out of 100 guys at 147, we're going to go to sleep. And even the knockdown punch that he took, listen, that was a monster left hook with bad intention. And, his glove hit the canvas. And, rightfully so. Rightfully so, because it was a great punch that I think would have taken down just about anybody. But, I don't want to dwell on the one fight too much, but, and I don't want to, go over the top with Porter and give him, way too much credit. But, man, I have a whole new respect for Porter. This guy comes prepared to fight. He has. I mean, he's putting in 100% in his camps. There's no messing around. And I know a lot of that is his dad, and his dad's a very good trainer. I respect Kenny big time. But again, like I said, I don't want to spend too much time on the main event. But the other fights, again, I was pretty much right on the money. Jose Cito taking care of my boy John Molina there. I mean, I knew John really didn't have a shot in that fight. But again, when John gets in the ring, John always has a shot. John always has a shot. He's like today's Arturo Gatti. He could be getting his head beat in for 8, 9, 10 rounds and landing one punch and get a W. But like I said, Jose Cito's career is like resurrected since he got with Robert Garcia and them. Good for him, man. He's coming on, and he's probably gonna get a big fight. Because he's put together some wins, and he deserves it. He deserves to get a big fight. And Benavidez. Who do you put in his way? Who the heck do you put in his way? He's this guy. He's an animal. He's a young animal. I certainly wouldn't want to get in there with him. I would be in no rush to get in there with Benavidez whatsoever. But, mean, I'm sure they'll find him a good matchup, a good fight, and he'll get a good payday that he deserves. And good for him, man. He's he's up and coming. He's good for the sport of boxing. I know he had his little incident. It didn't seem to affect him, and it's hard not to root for him. He's a young kid, up and coming, and I mean, I could easily see him being the face of boxing. For the next 10 years, if he keeps doing what he's doing. And I don't know whoever the face of boxing is for you right now, whether it's Canelo or Triple G, who I think is cherry picking a lot. There's a few guys. Tank. Gervonta Davis, very good. Probably top 5 pound for pound. What he's doing in his weight class. I mean, he puts people to sleep left and right. But hey, all credit to Benavidez. This guy's no joke. He's no joke. And credit to Dirrell. That cut was a horrible cut in a really bad spot. And he didn't want to quit. He wanted to keep going. And you love to see that out of guys. You know what I mean? A lot of guys would have mailed it in. They can't see out of one eye. I mean, he wanted to keep going, and I respect the hell out of him for that. But another tough guy. Very, very good fighter. I wouldn't say great, but a very good fighter for sure. And that was another good fight on the card. And like I said, all credit to Benavidez. This guy's a young lion, and I can't wait to see him going forward. And I'll mention the Barrios fight again a little bit. Listen, Barrios got a test. He got a test. They didn't throw him in there with a tomato can this time, and I think he got a little bit of a wake up call this time. That you're not just gonna go in there and just wipe some guy out. And this guy only had 7 professional fights. When they start putting Barrios in with some, with some guys with some longer professional experience, and guys that have been in there with other very good or great fighters, he's a beatable fighter. I'll just say that much. I know a lot of people are high on Barrios. I'm not that high on him. I'm not that high on him. I could easily see him losing a fight here, a fight or two. This guy loses 2 in a row or something like that. And then those are the guys that you wind up, you never hear from them again. I understand he got a title now. Fine. Listen, with all the sanctioning bodies and all the belts that are out there today, I don't want to say big deal. Good for you. Congratulations, you're a champion. But again, he loses 1 or 2 in a row, his career could be derailed pretty quickly. And that's it. I just wanted to talk about that night. It was again a great card, and again, give myself a little bit of a pat on the back. Well, my other videos, if you watched them, you kind of see I know a little bit about what I'm talking about. And that's it. I just wanted to share a little bit about that night, about that card. And stay tuned. There'll be more videos coming up, more coming out, and I hope to see everybody soon. You know what I mean? Watch, like, subscribe, comment, whatever it is. I could certainly use the support. I'm probably going to be bringing on somebody else to do some videos with me, and I'll see you soon. Take care.